name's Renee. If you've never met me, I teach mat Pilates. I have created a series of workouts for you, all about 30 minutes long. The first 4 have the title Basics, not to be confused with easy or simple. It just means that in case you're a beginner, if you're new to my classes, I'm really going to spend the time setting up each position and talking about the technique in detail to make sure that everything is done safely and so you understand the methodology of why we're doing what we're doing. If you've been doing Pilates for a long time, I promise there's still going to be great workouts. Just gives you a little bit more focus on attention and detail so we have that really nice intentional movement going on. Level 1s, move a little bit faster through the setups. The movement is always slow and controlled. That's one of the points of Pilates. But less talk, more exercise, and we'll get a little bit more accomplished through each workout. Level 2 doesn't mean it's super crazy hard, but I will add resistance. I'll add weights, I'll add props. All of those exercises can be done without props. You don't have to have them, but I will offer those higher reps and make things a little more intense. Thank you so much for checking it out. I hope you enjoy.
We are on our backs and we're just sort of rocking the knees from side to side. If you're just starting out, if this is your first movement of the day, it might be very small, you might be very tight, but if you have already been moving, maybe it's a little bit bigger. If you've already been moving and you want to increase this, you can take this top leg and stretch it over. Good. Your arms can be out to the side for a little more movement. I have a wall in my way. And you can swing that leg. It really increases the stretch along the back side of the leg, the glute, the low back, again, depending on how tight you are. All right. In the middle, our pelvic tilts, rocking my pelvis. Up and down, forward and back. Pubic bone up, pubic bone down. That makes a flat back. And then that makes a long spine or neutral spine. We can take it a little bit bigger today. Maybe roll the tail up a little bit and roll it down. Not a big bridge. My rib cage is all the way down on the mat. I'm barely moving my tail off the ground. Again, just sort of mobilizing through the spine, getting it warmed up and moving, or just continuing to move it if it's already warm. All right, arms out to the sides. Imprint, flat back. Tabletop position with the legs. I'm going to drop my knees over to the left. This is an obliques exercise, side stomach muscles, initiating the movement, trying to keep that shoulder down on the mat. Good. It's also, again, spine mobility, getting some twist in the vertebrae. Now, if you want to work harder here, you can take your legs out straight. You can bend them to come back in. Or the more challenging option is you leave the legs straight the whole time. Be aware, this is a greater load on the core and therefore a greater load on the back if you're not ready for it. So if you need to bend your knees, please do. I'll bend them to the right because of the wall. And then I'll demonstrate them straight to the left. Good. And let's do it one more time in each direction. Good. Come on in, set your feet down, drop your knees to your left. My shoulder blades are both on the mat. My knees are dropped. They're not touching. Mine won't. It's okay if yours do or don't. My hands are behind my head like I'm going to do a sit-up, because I am. I'm going to do a straight sit-up. I am flexing straight up towards the ceiling, which puts more work on my right side oblique because of the twist in my lower half. Exhale and lift. And lower. So you might not come up super high, but the point is I'm not all twisted up and over to the left. I am coming straight up. So my upper half is doing essentially a forward flexion while my lower half is rotated, putting a little extra emphasis on the obliques, the side stomach muscles. Half time, 5 more. Exhale for 5, for 4. Don't worry about how big it is for 3. You can really stack those knees and put them over. Go for it. Mine just don't do it. Exhale, lift and lower. We're going to do pulses for 10, 9, exhale, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Come on down. Switch your legs over to the other direction. Again, I'm trying to come straight up and lower. A little extra emphasis on that one side. The rectus abdominis is still working. That's your six pack. 3. Exhale, lift for 4 and 5. Exhale for 7, 8, twice more, and 10. On the next one, I'm going to come up. I'm going to hold it, little pulses. 2, 3, really pulling that belly button down. 4, exhale, 5, 6, not pulling on your head for 7, exhale for 8, for 9, for 10. Good. I'm going to lay all the way long. My legs are all the way straight. Now you'll notice with bent knees, it's easier to drop your back into the mat. When your legs are long, it's almost going to kick you into a bigger arch. So let's try and control that. So even laying here with long legs and a flattened back should feel like your core is engaged without even moving, because you're counterbalancing the length of those legs. Whereas if you relax, probably gonna pop up. Okay, pull, pull, pull. I'm gonna point my toes just to make it pretty. Exhale, lift and lower. Just straight flexion. Exhale, lift and lower for 3. Exhale for 4. Make sure when you lay down that your back doesn't pop up. Exhale, we have 5 and 4. Breathe, 3. Exhale for 2. 1. On the next one, stay up and pulse it for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Just hold it here and stay. Reach your left arm out. This is a moment we'll see later. Maybe work out like 5 or 6. I'll remind you of it, maybe. Reach the other arm out. Good, breathe and hold. You can always stop and rest. Let's do both arms out. Exhale, reach and hold. Think about this moment. I'm reaching for my toes, pulling my ribs towards my hips. Exhale, reach. Maybe just keep doing that. Couple little pulses here. Exhale, reach. Let's do one more. If it's straining your neck, put your hands back. 2. Exhale, reach. Lay it all the way down. Okay, so I'm exaggerating right now. I'm letting my back pop up. I'm letting my rib cage pop open. Go ahead and do that. Just take the arms overhead and let it all hang out so that you know what we don't want. All right, come back into that nice flat back. Ribs connected. Take your arms to the ceiling. Now remember, we can let the arms go all the way back and let the rib cage pop up, or we can really pull that rib cage together and move the arms only as far as you can maintain that connection. So our rib cage connection, pulling those ribs in, back of the rib cage on the mat, my low back is on the mat. I'm gonna lift my arms only as far as I can maintain that connection. So for me, it's like biceps to my chin, basically. Maybe you can go further, maybe you can go much less. That is up to you. So just practice that moment. Feel where it starts to become a little too much to control. Once you start popping your rib cage up, back off. I want you to be where you're in the most connected, controlled position, and that's your start and end. We're doing a full roll up. We're gonna move the arms first. We're gonna nod the chin. There's that fingertips reaching for the toes point. And then I'm rounded over my legs. I'm gonna sit up nice and tall. Flat back, straight back, neutral spine. Tuck the tail under and take your time rolling down. Now you may notice that I struggled on that first one. Let's see if I can make it better. I'm not jerking or swinging or using momentum. I'm trying to go as slow and controlled as possible. And that is the challenge. And by the way, some of you might not find this that challenging. You might think it's the easiest thing you've ever done. You can tell for me, it is not. I have to work really hard to get past that sticky spot. Good. Sit up nice and tall. The controlled lower is also going to help you build strength there. Move the arms first. Nod your chin. Slide those ribs towards your hip bones, reaching for the feet as much as possible. You're trying to keep your legs on the ground. Mine sort of pick up about an inch, I admit. Exhale, tuck the tail under. Scoop, roll it down. Let's do 5 more. Arms, head, ribs, belly button in. Plant those feet, round over those legs. Now you might have to jerk up a little bit to get there the first couple of times. Just know that that's not the intent. Here's 2. The more you can do it deep, connecting to the core, the more beneficial it will be. Exhale, tuck, roll it down with control. We have 3 more. Exhale, reach. I'm rounded over. I'm sitting on my sits bones. I'm not collapsed. I'm in that C curve position. Pick it up, exhale, roll it down. I lost count. Let's do 2 more. That happens. It's okay. You just get a couple extra. I usually err on the side of too many, not too few. And last one. And on this next one, just go ahead and lay down over your legs and stretch a moment. Good. More core on your back. We are going to do an imprint flat back into the mat. We're going to take the legs into tabletop and I'm crossing my ankles. Doesn't matter which ankle's on top, we're going to do both. Roll over prep. I'm pulling my knees towards my chest. I'm allowing my tail to just barely peel up off of the mat. Now maybe you can get your tail to peel up super far. Maybe your tail barely leaves the ground at all. And that's okay. That's what I want to see. I want to see that connection to your core, pulling the knees towards your chest, trying to peel the pelvis off the mat. And if it doesn't go, it doesn't go. To kick and swing to lift your legs, yeah, sure. You're going to get your bum up, but you're not going to get the point of the exercise. I did switch my ankles. Tabletop, scoop that belly button and pulling the knees towards the chest. Exhale. Pulling the knees in, exhale. Let's do 2 more of these. Exhale. 2, do 1 more, let's make it even. And 1. Good. I'm gonna take my legs overhead in a plow position, shoulder stand, stretch. If you cannot do that, just go ahead and hug your knees, rock back and forth, do a happy baby, whatever you need. But if you can, both legs up and overhead. It's a little bit of a lot, I guess, if you're just starting out, but we did just do a bunch of work mobilizing and engaging the core, so I hope this feels okay. The reason I'm doing this, strange position to talk in, the reason I'm doing this is because we are going to attempt full rollovers, and they go into that position. So if that position is impossible for you, or if you can't touch your feet to the ground, that's okay. You can repeat rollover prep, what we just did, okay? Switch the ankle on top every now and then. That's the exercise that's gonna get us ready for full rollovers. I'm gonna start with my legs in tabletop, and I'm gonna reach them out long. Lower is harder, higher is easier. With as little momentum as possible, I'm gonna lift my legs and I'm gonna try and peel that tail off of the mat, taking my legs overhead. When I get there, I'm gonna open them just a little bit, just hip distance apart, and then I'm gonna try and roll down as slow and controlled as possible. I'm gonna lower my legs and bring them back together, okay? So this is not meant to be easy. Separate the legs when you get there. Control this. Scoop that belly button in. Tuck that tail. Rounding. I'm trying to hit my spine on the mat. 1 bump at a time. And again, exhale. Scoop that belly button in. Yes, I am using my arms to help. In a perfect world, I wouldn't. But like I said, this is hard. We do what we gotta do. Try not to tense up in the neck. Really, really, really focusing on the core, not the arms doing the work. We have 2 more if you can. Maybe you're just doing the prep right now. Maybe you're just holding a happy baby. Maybe you just want to do crunches a little bit longer. Exhale, breathe. We're not holding our breath. And we're going to do it 1 more time. And separating the legs and scooping that belly button in and rolling all the way down the legs and 45 degrees. Pull it in. Good job. Let's come up over onto your hands and knees. In our cat-cow position, let's just take a couple of them, tucking and rounding the back, lengthening through into an extension. Tuck it around it, sending the head and tail away from each other. Pull the shoulder blades down on the back. And once more. And out. We are going to get into a plank position. You can be on your hands or your elbows. I'll start demonstrating on my elbows and then move up to my hands. You can be on hands the whole time or elbows the whole time. Just go ahead and take your plank. Squeeze the booty. Tighten the thighs. Pull the ribs together. Shoulders over elbows or shoulders over hands. And we're not collapsing into the ground. Pushing away on those elbows. Pulling the ribs in. Pulling the belly button up. Count to 10. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. I am going to stay here while I offer you a break. You can take a rest or you can continue to hold with me, okay? So resters, go ahead and rest. Plankers, just stay here. Next up, we're going to do what's called a mountain climber. We're going to bend one knee in at a time. I had to lift my hips a little bit to clear the floor when I'm on my elbows, so you can continue to do that. Or if you want to be on your hands, keep the hips the same height. Pulling the right knee in and the left knee, and I'm going to start counting now for 10, for 9, exhale for 8, 7, 6, 5, for 4, 3, 2, 1. If you need to come down and take a break, go ahead and do it. You can take child's pose, whatever you need. My plankers that want to stay up with me, go ahead. You can be on your elbows, I'll remind you. Maybe you're switching back and forth between the two. Same idea with a twist. I'm going to take my right knee over to my left elbow, left knee over to the right elbow. As much as possible, I'm not taking my whole body and twisting with it. I'm trying to stay fairly square throughout the hips. Here we go. I'm going to start counting for 10, 9, exhale for 8, 7, breathe, 6, 5, for 4, for 3, for 2, for 1. If you need a break, go ahead and take it. Otherwise, you can stay here and hold your plank with me. For the next exercise, we'll take the knee out to the same side shoulder. So that's my right knee going out towards my right shoulder, which I guess is really my right elbow, if I were going to be honest about it. Out to the side. And again, I'm trying not to scrunch, move, or collapse. This is our last series. Here we go, guys. 10 and 9. 8, my hips are the same height. 7, I'm trying not to shift or move. 6, for 5, we have 4, we have 3, we have 2, we have 1, and we all get a child's pose. Good job. That was a lot of work on the shoulders. I am going to lay down now on my side. I have chosen to lay on my left side. My right leg will be working first. You could be doing the opposite. It doesn't matter. We're just going to do both. I have lined myself up along the back edge of my mat. You can see that I got all my mat in front of me. And that's so that I have this kind of marker where I can swing my feet forward to the front edge of my mat. So I have this very small L shape here. My bottom waist is lifting off of the mat. My top waistline is long. Really what that means, my spine is straight. My hips are stacked. I'm not all casual and relaxed here. I'm gonna lift my top foot up. Flex it. Swing it forward one time for me without bending, curling, or rounding your back. I'm still straight and long. Point your toe, take it behind you. Again, without altering all this. So I didn't kick it super far back and get into this big arch. Long and straight, squeezing the tush, okay? So that's your range of motion. Far forward as you can go without curling. Far back as you can go without kicking into your back. 2 pulses front. Exhale 2. point one time, swing back. Exhale, 2 front. Swing, inhale, 1 kick back. Here we go, this is number 3. And swing it back. And 4. Swing it back. And 5. Exhale, 6. For 7, exhale. Using the core, 8. Not letting anything move here, length here. 2 more, 9. And last one, 10. And inhale. Good. Stack the legs, bring them back into one straight line. I'm gonna lift my top leg, I'm gonna flex my foot, I'm gonna lower it down. I'm gonna point and reach through my toes, I'm gonna reach through my heel and lower. Inhale, exhale down for 10. And 9. 8, keep this top shoulder relaxed. 7, ribs are in. 6, I am parallel. 5, that means my knees and toes are pointing forward. For 3, for 2, for 1, I'm gonna lift that leg and I'm gonna hold it up. And I'm gonna do a very small circle. Now, the reason I'm doing a small circle is because I'm trying not to wiggle, trying not to move anything else. Your circle may be very big or very small. Mine has to be very small, or I just start wiggling. Reach those toes. That leg is so long. These muscles are all long and beautiful. For 4, for 3, for 2, core is tight. We reverse for 10, 9, 8, for 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. I'm gonna set it down. You might feel these guys working out here. Outer hips, that's what we're working on. Bottom leg lifts. Nope, that's my top leg lifts. Bottom one meets it, and they both lower together. This is an inhale. They both meet, and they lower on an exhale. Inhale, exhale, down 1. X 2, and 3, 4. Inhale, exhale, 5, 6, for 7, for 8, twice more, 9, and 10. I'm gonna lift my top leg, hold it, bottom leg joins, 10, 9, little pulses, 8, 7, this one isn't coming down, 6, 5, for 4, for 3, for 2, for 1, last thing, both legs together, lift and lower. That's your exhale, like a little mermaid tail. Here we go for 10, exhale for 9, 8, 7, breathe, exhale, 6, 5, 4, 3, for 2, and 1. Good job. Bend it, spank it. Always feels good to give it a little hit. Shake it up. I'm gonna take the working leg over the top. So if you were on the same side as me, that was the right leg. I'm gonna grab it and twist towards it. Little stretch, which I think is sort of the hardest part after the series of stretching it out. Other side. So once again, I'm gonna set up at the back end of my mat. I'm laying in one straight line to start, and I'm gonna sweep my legs just to the front edge of my mat. I'm in a small L shape. My hand is on the ground. If you want to put it on your hip to show your hip bone where it wants to stay, that's fair. You get a little more support with it on the floor. We'll just take a couple practice swings, literally, right? Kicking that leg forward, no movement through here. My leg doesn't make it to 90. Yours doesn't have to. Swing it back, squeeze the tush. The low back stays straight. It's 2 pulses forward on an exhale. It's a point the toe and swing it back on an inhale. This is number 2. And inhale back. 2 exhales, 3, and swing it back. 4, and 5. Good. 6, pull that bottom waist up. For 7, exhale for 8. It is 2 pulses to the front. For 9, 1 swing to the back, and 10, and back. Good. Come back to line, head to toe, 1 straight line. I'm gonna point, I'm gonna flex, I'm gonna lower. Long line through the toes, long line through the heel. Stretch the front of the leg, stretch the back of the leg. That was number 1. And 2, inhale up, exhale down. 3, squeeze those inner thighs together. 4, exhale, 5, and 6, 7,
8, 2 more times. Exhale, 9, and 10. Hold it up, keep it up, little circles. We have 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Go the other direction. For 10, hold it still. 9, abs are working. 8, exhale. 7, make sure you're not holding your breath. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. The top leg is going to lift, the bottom one is going to meet it, and they lower together. This one stays the same height. Bring that bottom one all the way up. Here we go. We have 1. Inhale up, exhale down. 2. Inhale, exhale. 3, 4, 5, 6, for 7, 8, twice more. 9, and 10. Hold that top leg, keep it the same height. Bottom one meets it for 10. Exhale, 9, 8, lift. 7, 6, exhale. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Come on down. Last one, mermaid tails, both legs lifting for 10. Exhale for 9, 8, 7, exhale for 6. Breathe. 5, 4, 3, 2 more. 2, last 1. Good job. Give it a little love and bring it up. And we're going to take this leg over the top, sit up nice and tall, and twist towards it. So we did some plank, which works the front of the arms. I mean, it's a full body workout, but I feel like we need to do a little bit more upper back work, extensor work on your stomach. I am going to separate my legs, and I'm going to laterally rotate or turn out. So that means my inner thighs are towards the floor, the outsides of my ankles towards the ceiling, the insides of my ankles towards the floor. I'm still going to work on that length through my low back, squeezing the tushy, belly button in. Let's practice just sort of a bigger cobra here, or what we would call an up dog, okay? So lifting the upper back with the legs open, you can get a little more movement out of this position. That lateral rotation allows for a little more movement, okay? But what I want to do here is I want you to clasp your hands behind your back if you can. I want you to lift your chest and try to get into that sort of up dog position or cobra without any hands. Good. And then I want you to bend your elbows and actually turn your head to the side, probably looking at me on this one. We're going to switch sides on the other one. Keep clasping those hands. Lift your chest off the mat. Squeeze your tushy, belly button in. Turn your head the other way. Bend your elbows down onto your back. One more time each way. Lift the chest. Stretch the arms. Lower the head. Switch directions each time. Bend the elbows. Stretch the arms. Lift the chest. Bend the elbows. Turn the head the other way. Now, stack your hands under your head. Squeeze those legs nice and long and see if you can lift both legs off the ground and lower them back down. Squeeze the tush, pubic bone down, belly button up. Squeeze and lift both legs and lay them back down. 2 more times. Squeeze booty, lift legs and lower. Squeeze the booty, lift your legs and lower. All right, turn your head to face me. Bend your elbows behind your back. We are going to lift the chest and the legs all at the same time. And then you're going to come down and look the other direction. I'm going to stretch my arms, lift my chest. My legs are up, my chest is up, my gaze is forward. I'm going to lay back down. I'm going to bend my elbows, turn my head the other way. Here we go. Stretch, lengthen, squeeze. Everything is up and out. Bend and lower. If this hurts your back, modify. Maybe leave your legs down. Maybe don't come up so high. Stretch and lengthen. I'm going to lay it back down. One last time. Stretch and lengthen. And then lay it back down. And then sit back into a child's pose. Good, rounding out that low back.
Let's just walk the arms over to the right. I'm taking both arms to the right. I'm trying to send my left bootay down towards my left heel. Gets a little extra length through that left waist, that left side. It's okay if your bum's not touching your feet, mine's not. Walk your hands the other direction. Now thinking about that right cheek, reaching down for your right heel. And pull it back into center. And let your arms be heavy, use your core. Just keep your belly button in, tuck your tail under. You're gonna round your spine. You're gonna roll up. Sitting up nice and tall, stacking the back. Roll the shoulders down and back. And that's it, guys. We're done. Hope you have a great day.